Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of Chegg Presents Zinch Prep. My name is Bob Patterson, and I'm here today with Briana and Celeste to talk about the key elements of your college application. Celeste, maybe talk a little bit about the actual components of the application that students should be aware of.
Okay, so there are a lot of different components to an application, starting off where you're from, if your parents went to college, which would make you first generation, essays, letters of recommendation, test scores, also extracurricular activities, and academics, which show in your transcript.
Why are extracurricular activities so important in the admission process?
So you have to remember that most schools nowadays don't do interviews. So you want to use every single component to give the best picture of yourself as possible. Extracurriculars, what they do is they demonstrate the other skills, the non-academic skills that schools are also looking for. So leadership abilities, any technical skills. They also show that while doing your coursework, doing all this school stuff, you can manage other things. So you can manage working or doing National Honor Society, being captain of your basketball team.
One of the things you mentioned too is about academics. Do schools really look at all of your high school career when they're making decisions?
Schools look at everything. And they're looking at your grades from freshman year until the end of your senior year. This is something I emphasize to my students all the time. All acceptances are conditional based on what you get at the end of your senior year. So if you're not performing either as well academically or pretty close, a school can decide to not take you. And you can have your deposit paid, you can be ready to go. But ultimately, your academics during your senior year can make it or break it for you.
Right, so after you get your admissions decision sometime in the spring, you just can't coast and say, okay, I'm going to coast into my senior year and just worry about the prom.
Another thing that students take for granted is essays. They don't want to write the essays. They don't want to talk about themselves. They don't want to showcase themselves because they feel like they're bragging. Essays, you get to talk about things that are missing in your application. Why your grades weren't so good freshman year, why they weren't so good senior year or junior year, or what's going on in your life that the university wouldn't otherwise know.
So both of you have been working with students for the last year with the National College Advising Corps. Are there any other tips that you would leave the audience with about the components of the application?
Students think that their SAT or ACT score will make or break them in an application process, and that's not always true. There's more to you than just a test score. You're not your test score.
The biggest thing I tell my students is don't freak out. Take a deep breath, get your applications done, manage your time well, and it's really worth it in the long run.
Great. Well, thank you both for your time. Good luck with the rest of the National College Advising Corps.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and we'll answer our favorites. If you're looking for more info on college success, make sure to register for our site, find us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to check our blog. We post daily tips on getting in and paying for school. I am bouncy, I know. Yeah. Does it look bouncy?